Hello and greetings. The doctor is in at last. I'm Dr. Kinderman, formerly known as Mr. Mayo, formerly known as Bronk, formerly known as... Actually, I don't think I had a name before that. Anyway, I have been seeing a lot of people play this game as a demon, and the videos that they post and the things they do are frankly painful to watch. So, I'm going to give a little tutorial here. First, some basics, then a game, and then I'll have a section where I give you some neat tips and neat tricks, because I'm getting sick and tired of watching people bumble and bungle their way through this. I'm going to play as Necromancer because that's who I like to play. I have a absolute love of this IP. I love Evil Dead. I love the fact that there's literally a faction of Halloween store props. So I'm going to show you a couple of things in this tutorial. Oh, god damn it. Ignore that. Just to give some pointers. So here we are in demon form. You're a Kandarian demon. You fly around. This is how you move. You're in spirit form. Okay, you can crash through certain fences and objects. You can go inside. It's a little wonky, but you can. You can go through windows. You can go on top of objects. All this stuff. Now, you're probably already noticing a couple of things. What are these red orbs I'm collecting? These are energy orbs. They do a very important thing. I'll explain in a second. But here's the first thing of advice I can tell everybody who plays this game. Lesson 1. Look at your UI. Look at it. Understand what you're looking at. Your UI will tell you everything you need to know on what to do and why you can or can't do certain things. So, with that out of the way, let's go into the UI and explain what it is. Oh, that fucking flutist. Alright, now that we're out of range of him, let's look at the UI and just explain it, go through it, so we're all on the same page. Let's start with the top. You can see a page that's torn in 3 pieces. You can see a page with a marking on it. You can see a dagger. You can see 3 hooded figures and a book. What this means, those are the stages of every game. The 3 torn pages is the first objective for survivors to complete. They have to find 3 pages. Once they do that, they will know the locations of the dagger and the lost pages. Once they collect those 2 things, they will fight those 3 hooded figures. And if they defeat them, then they have to keep the book from being destroyed by you in order to win. You don't know the location of those 3 pages. You do know the location of the dagger and the lost pages. You don't know where the hooded figures are, and the book will be at the same spot as the hooded figures. Now we've got that out of the way. They another thing, they can't actually collect the dagger or the lost pages until they have that map complete. So if they find the dagger first, they have too bad, come back later, find all the pages. Now, let's look at the bottom. On the left, you can see a skull and the letter Q. That is your Q ability. That's summon that for whatever demon you are. That's your active ability. For me, it's summoning the guy who plays the flute. In the middle, you see 3 red diamonds. The first one with a 1 over the head is placing a basic unit portal. This summons basic minions for you that will fight for you. And okay, I have no brain. We'll start with the boss, I guess. So I just hit 1 and 2 at the same time. That triggers this. I spawn as the boss. He has certain powers. If I left click, he'll do a basic attack. Middle click, he will do a heavy attack, which has a cooldown. Press 1 will activate this ability. I summon a skeleton. This is a... what? Okay, I guess I summon both a basic and an elite unit. If I hit 2, any of my units that die while in this circle will immediately respawn. And if I hit 3, I do a grab. If I hit a survivor with it, I suck their soul and I get some of their life. I can also dodge by pressing spacebar. I'm going to hold F to unpossess him. Now, the boss is that middle triangle there. You can see two numbers. The one that is counting down is the cooldown. While he is on cooldown, and I'm sure everybody who plays a video game knows what a cooldown is, but I'll explain it because there's some people who seem to not understand the concept. When it is on cooldown, I cannot summon the boss. And that goes for basic units who are on the left diamond and the elite units on the right diamond. So, and now, next thing, the number beneath those diamonds. We'll go with the basic unit, 1. The number beneath him is 125. That means that every time I summon a portal, which spawns 2 basic units, I use 125 energy. The energy bar is that red bar on the very bottom. It's under my name, Dr. Kinderman. Right now it says 112 out of 260. So, I have 112 energy left that I can spend out of a total max pool of 260. It costs 125 to place a normal portal. I don't have enough. If I don't have enough energy, I can't place a basic portal. This also goes for the elite portal. I need to go to these red orbs, and there we go. Now I have 137 energy. I can now place a basic portal, but I cannot place an elite portal. I need 150 energy to place an elite portal. So now we understand cooldowns and energy. Also, you know if something is on cooldown or if you have enough energy, because as you can see now that I have enough energy, both the basic and the elite portal are colored. You have the red and the diamond. So that is a handy way to know if you can or cannot perform an action. Please, for the love of God, don't sit there hitting the button saying, why can't I summon the boss? I don't understand. I have enough energy. It's because it is on cooldown. There are 43 seconds left until I can summon the boss again. Now, let's look to the right. There's a diamond with a scared face that has the letter C. If you hold the C key down, this will happen. When that circle is full, you can perform a dash. If you dash through a survivor while using that ability, they will get hit with a jump scare, and it will raise their fear level, and you will gain 100 energy for each survivor caught in the dash. That's really good, because let's say I place 2 basic portals. I now have only 10 energy, and then I use my dash, and I dash through 2 survivors. I will then have an additional 200 energy that I can immediately use to continue the fight, place down elite portals, whatever. Now on the far right, you see 2 glowing eyes, the number 12, and a partially filled in red diamond with a tab key and something that says threat level 13. What is this? This is your threat level. Right now I'm at threat level 13. What a threat level is, every time you collect these orbs, right? You collect orbs. Whoops. So let's say I collect these orbs, and I place down an elite portal. Left click, you can see that that diamond filled up a bit more with red. Whenever you spend energy on making new enemies, placing traps, attacking survivors, scaring survivors, you gain more points to your level. And eventually, you can level up. And every time you level up, that number that is inside of that diamond will increase. There you go. I've increased my threat level to level 14. I have 13 points to spend. I hit the tab key. It pulls up this page. You can see all these upgrades. These upgrades only apply to the match you are currently in. You can upgrade your Infernal Energy, your Possession, your Basic Portal, your Elite Portal, your Boss, your Demon Vision, and your Traps. Let's look at Infernal Energy first. This is that red bar at the bottom of the screen. You can see there's already a point in Infernal Energy. In fact, there's a point in all of these so far. Right now, I have plus 10 Infernal Energy to my maximum pool. If I upgrade it again, Infernal Energy goes from 260 to 270. Again, raises it again, and again. Now my Infernal Energy is at 300. You'll also notice something else. My energy is recharging at a 2.5 points of Infernal Energy per second. That is why it is continuously charging now. That's pretty good, but you can't only rely on it. Make sure you are monitoring how much energy you have at all times. Don't just start going, blam, blam, blam. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, why not? Oh, I don't understand. Why can't I click this? Watch your energy. Monitor it. Manage it, please, because it is causing me physical manifestations of pain and torment when I see people. Oh, I can't summon it. No, God, why? So, there's that. Here's a really good thing for managing your energy. You can possess units. So let's take this guy. It costs 20 energy for me to possess him. I hold F. Now I can control this unit. I can attack. I can heavy attack. I can use one ability. And I can use a second ability. These abilities also have a cooldown. So you can hit one. 10 seconds later you can use it again. We all know how cooldowns work. Don't just keep hitting the one button, getting killed, getting hit by survivors. Oh man, why does it take so long for that to work? That's why, it's on cooldown. We've all played video games, we all know how that works. Now, while you are possessing a unit, you will notice that my energy bar is depleting. If that energy bar gets to 0, this unit will die. Or, if I unpossess him, the unit dies and I'm back in spirit form. Why is this important? Let me tell you. Let's say I summon an elite unit. I have just enough energy to possess him. Now I have spent all this energy, 180 total, to possess him, and oops! I ran out of energy. And now the elite troop that I spent 180 Infernal Energy to possess and summon is dead, and I accomplished absolutely nothing with him. When you possess one of your units, make sure that you have enough Infernal Energy already in your stockpile, in your energy bar, so that when you take over, you have enough time to actually use him, because your elite units have really good abilities, can hit hard, and do a lot of damage. If you have enough energy, you might even have enough time to use his abilities more than once. This is very advantageous to you as your units gain health and damage when you possess them. I'm going to unpossess him now. And we will go to our upgrade bar and look at the possession tab. You can see, with already 1 point in, their damage and health is increased by 5% when I possess them. If I upgrade this again, it becomes more. If I upgrade it again, it becomes even more. If I upgraded it the 5th time, my possessed unit would have additional 40% health and damage, and the amount of energy that would decrease while possessing the unit would be slowed by 25%. Now, why haven't I upgraded to level 5? There's something wrong. Don't I have enough points? This is madness. I thought this game was good. It's completely broken and it's trash. No, fool. Do you not see the UI? It requires threat level 20. I'm at threat level 15. I can't upgrade this again until I'm at threat level 20. Maybe I should spend my points on something else in the meantime that I'll be using so that I can actually do something effective. How about Basic Portal? Your Basic Portal summons your basic units. For Necromancer, it's these skeletons here. For Warlord, it's Deadite zombies. For Puppeteer, it's Deadite berserkers. The first point into basic portals and elite portals and the boss allows you to summon that unit. For basic portals, you will summon 2 units. Elite and boss, you'll only summon 1. Now, as you can see, if you upgrade this, the cost to cool there will be a cost reduction and a reduction in the cooldown timer as you upgrade it, and that reduction gets higher the more you upgrade. Not only that, but the units will get stronger. Unit damage and health when level 4 will be increased by 15%, and then at level 5 will be increased to 25%, and an additional unit will be summoned, as well as a 20% reduction in portal cost and cooldown. This is excellent. Now, instead of only summoning 2 units, it summons 3. And it only costs 100 energy to do it as well. So you're getting stronger you're getting stronger units, you're getting more units, and you get it all for cheaper. If I summon this, the timer is only 24 seconds, as opposed to whatever the hell it was before. The same is true for the elite. Now, unfortunately, the elite portals will only ever summon 1 elite unit. The necromancer is unique in the fact that he doesn't have 1 charge to his elite portal. You'll notice with the basic portal, there's a number 1 at the top of that triangle. That means there's only 1 charge. You see the circle is filling in. That means that I am also recharging the second charge. Once that circle is full, I'll be able to not only place 1, but 2 portals simultaneously. We're all playing video games. We know what a charge means. We know that. You'll see that the circle over the elite unit isn't filling. That is because I already have the maximum number of charges for this unit. I can only summon a max of 2 at a time. See? Now I can summon 2. Okay, 40 seconds from start. Let's get more energy. I can summon 1, and there he is. It costs 30 to possess him. I now have 30 energy left. This isn't great. It's not the worst, but it's not great. You won't get much bang for your buck with him. Here's, what's the next thing I want to tell you about? Proximity portals. This is good. You can place a proximity portal. So I hit the 2 key, select, and I hold it, and now I'm selecting my elite unit, and instead of left clicking to place a portal, I right click, and this happens instead. This portal is a trap, essentially. This will stay here as long as I don't try and place a second proximity portal, and as you can see, I'm already getting more charges to my elite. What you can do, and you see it's still going up, it's recharging the second elite. With this portal down, I basically have a pending elite unit. If a survivor comes nearby, walks past, it will spawn an elite unit, and if I have 2 charges on my, we'll do it on this, for my normal unit. If at the time that this spawns the elite unit, I have 2 charges to my elites, I can summon 2 more elites at the same time, meaning I'll have 3 on the field at once instead of 2. Very good for pressure building. Now, let's move on. The elite portal, again, upgrading it makes the portals cost less, take less time to charge, and makes your units stronger. Same thing with boss, cooldown reductions, damage and health. Level 5, the boss is immune to being stunned. This is very important. Demon Vision, don't use Demon Vision. Fact of the matter is, Demon Vision helps you find survivors. The first time you find survivors will be the last time you need to look for them. Trust me, you don't need Demon Vision. I've never put a point into it, and I've won plenty of games. Traps. Traps are good. Traps are interesting. Traps are fun. So you see these proximity portals, and here I'll just demonstrate. If a survivor was standing here, this would activate, and he'd have 3 elites to deal with at the same time, which, if he's alone, is incredibly terrifying, because elites hit hard, And yeah, they're really, really strong, as you would expect for elites. They're not amazingly strong. Like, they can still be beaten, they can still get killed, of course, but still. It helps a good deal. The more of them you have on the field, the better. Here's another good example of managing your Infernal Energy. Let's say I place bam, bam, okay. It costs 100 energy to possess this vehicle. I just spent 100. Now, you can see that my energy is still lowering. Let's say there's survivors in this vehicle. If they're in the vehicle and I possess it, they'll be kicked out. Now watch this. I'm possessing it. Oh, what's this? I'm out of the vehicle now. Why did that happen? It's because I possessed the vehicle with 100 energy, like 102 energy, and then the 100 energy got used up, and then my energy was depleting because I was in possession. And guess what? It kicked me out almost immediately. I have gone nowhere. The survivors who got kicked out right here are still standing here, and will just run over here, get in the vehicle, and drive off. More to the point, even worse, I have no energy at all. And if this is not fully upgraded, let's say you only have 2 bars in there, you're kind of screwed because your energy won't refill on its own like it's doing now. And you'll have basically spent a lot of energy and gained nothing at all. You'll have to collect 4 of these orbs, which they're plentiful in the tutorial, but not as plentiful in actual games. Depending on where you are, there could be no energy. There could be lots of energy. So, that's another thing you want to watch for. Make sure you're not spending energy like it's going out of style in a place where there's no energy, and then be confused as to why you're not pressuring them very well because you spawned 1 portal of basic units, are out of energy, these 3 get wiped out in 2 seconds, and they're on their merry way, and you can't do anything because you have no energy. And you have no way to get energy either. Now we can talk about traps. Proper traps. This is a tree trap. What this does, I'll possess it. It only costs 10 energy to possess a tree. You left click, it doesn't attack. This will scare the survivors, increasing their fear level, and it will damage them, and it will stagger them. You can see that this has a cooldown of 15 seconds. So you hit it once, 15 seconds. And unless the survivors are sitting there having a picnic, which they often won't, there's no reason at all for you to sit here for 15 seconds doing nothing, staring at them. There is much better things you can be doing with your time in those 15 seconds. Whether it's placing portals, whether it's getting more energy, whether it's possessing whatever. There's better things you can do with those 15 seconds than sit there staring like a goldfish. Now, you can trap these. For 15 energy, you set a trap by holding E. Now, if somebody walks past this, at any point, regardless of where you are, that tree will attack them automatically. Once a trap has been triggered, like one of these set traps, it will go gray for a while, and you won't be able to reset the trap for a time. Eventually, you will be able to reset it. And a quick trick I've learned with these, if you set this as a trap first, someone comes over, gets hit by it, and then you immediately possess it, you can attack again. Basically, you can get 2 back-to-back attacks. Now, what happens if you possess the tree and attack, you'll see the trap is gray. Oh! Excuse me? That was really odd. Well, what you want to do, I don't know why that happened, but set the trap first, let them get hit by it, then possess the tree, then hit them again. Go on your way. I wonder, unless I'm missing something here. There's another tree. I'm going to test something. If I set the trap, then I possess, then I hit, Then I come out. I can't reset it. Yeah, that's what I thought. But what if I possess first, hit, come out, then you can set it. Okay, so if you possess the tree first, hit, then you can set the trap. Or you can set the trap, hit, then possess, hit. But you can't set the trap, possess, hit, and then have the trap go off. So, okay. Yeah, whatever. Now, that's a tree trap. Now we'll go to the free... Oh, we'll do chest traps. These are chest traps. They cost 35 energy to set. What happens is you set the trap. Now that's been trapped with Ash's hand. When this trap is opened, a little dismembered hand will jump out and attack the guy in a cutscene, dealing health damage. Great. You can hit T to switch it to mini Ashes. Hold it down to set it. Now if he opens it up, he'll be attacked by miniature guys, and I don't know exactly what that does. I know the Ash's hand does damage. I like to mix it up, but whatever. Now, you may have noticed something. On your threat level diamond, when you spend energy, when you collect energy, when you deal damage, all this stuff, it fills up. You'll notice that even at level 19, I set this trap. I gain a lot of energy from doing that. I'll make it Ash's hand. Setting traps on chests is a great way to level up early. In fact, setting traps in general is a great way to level up early. Here we go. This is the freestanding trap. Proximity portals can be placed anywhere on the map. Scare traps have to be set in predetermined spots. Now, you'll see that survivor steps into it, then an evil guy jumps out. When you set this kind of trap, it's set and it will be like that until somebody steps into it. Some areas you'll see have many scare traps all over the place. Some have very few. The great thing about these traps is that they will only ever be 25 energy to set. They never increase. And that goes for all traps. Tree traps will always be 15. Chest traps are always 35. Freestanding traps are always 25. Now, the wonderful thing about freestanding traps, if you open up your this, you'll see there you can upgrade traps. In your first upgrade, you get an additional 20% fear on the survivor that steps into it. Level it up again, it goes to 40%, and then at level 3, something magic happens. Instead of spawning a basic unit, like let's say somebody walks into this trap, a basic unit will jump out and they will get a free hit on the survivor. They always get a free hit. They just do. It staggers the survivor, they're off balance, yada yada. At level 3, your traps will spawn elite units when they step into this. For 25 energy, you set a trap, and a unit that would ordinarily cost 150 comes out. And these stay no matter how many you set, no matter how long it's been. So if you go to an area that has 25 traps, you set them all, and let's say one of the daggers in the middle of that area. Now, instead of dealing with nothing if you didn't place any traps, or basic units if you placed a lot of traps but didn't upgrade it, now they're dealing with 25 elite units. Oftentimes what survivors will do is they will run into an area, they will run everywhere, they will go everywhere, they will run all throughout the area, splitting up, and they will trigger every single trap you've placed because they're looking for meds, they're looking for weapons, they're looking for, everybody's looted in a video game, or even in real life. So you know that people who are adventuring will check everywhere. If there were 4 survivors here, they'd be going into this house. They'd be looking behind these tents. They would be diving anywhere and everywhere. Oftentimes, you will have traps that will be set in enclosed environments like this. There will be a trap like right here, and one right here maybe. If those are elite traps, now they have to deal with 2 strong elite units in an enclosed space you can come in and you can place more. Now they got to deal with 4 elites. Let's say you're able to get some energy really quick. You can then throw in more. You can throw in skeletons. You can throw in the basic ones. All of a sudden, what would have been a nice little loot grab has become a nightmare because there's a billion skeletons here. And then you can use the Necromancer's really nice ability, the Flautist. You hit Q, you spawn this little devil. He buffs all of these troops. Now, he can't move or defend himself, and he's really weak, but all these guys have a 70% increase in damage, and I believe a 40% increase in health, if I have that right. That is huge. All of these guys can just start wailing on whoever's in here, killing them, downing them. And the best part, they won't get to the flutist because they're boxed in by all these imbeciles. So that's a really good strategy to go with. I can't stress enough how important it is to place and utilize traps. It is all well and good to place down portals so that you can just place them wherever, at your leisure, wherever you need them. That's great. You know, you get 3, it's 3 units, it's great. But if you prepare an area... What the hell? Oh, it's a fire pit. Survivors use fires to lower their fear, gain health, all that kind of stuff. If you prepare an area, like let's say, because again, you start the match knowing where the Kandarian Dagger and the Lost Pages are. If they are in an area, like let's say Camp Greenbird. Let's say this area has a bunch of traps, predetermined traps, all in here. What you can do very quickly, at the start of a match, go to an unrelated area, like say here, that's got a couple of predetermined traps here. You trap some chests, you trap some freestanding stuff, you trap a tree, you know, yada yada yada. You can very quickly gain the first 3 levels you need to upgrade your traps to spawn elite units. Then you can run quickly from this area that has no objective to this area that has the objective, trap the hell out of it, and now, once they get there, they will be dealing with many elite troops, maybe as many as 10. I can tell you right now, 2 elite troops, summoning just these 2, will cost you 300. It'll wipe out your maxed out energy pool. But activating 10 predetermined traps with elite troops here, you will have all of them there and ready for when they bump into them, and you will still have a full bar of energy because you've already had that prepared. You might have prepared that at the start of the match and come back 15 minutes later already, and now you're more upgraded. You've upgraded your other portals, your possession, your elite portal, all this stuff, not demon vision because it's useless, and now you can summon more on top of it. You can summon your basics. You've got that fully upgraded. So now these 6 of these guys come out of nowhere. You can throw down this guy. They've bumped into every trap that's out there, so now they're scared. They're getting hit for free. They're surrounded, and you've got 10 elites wandering around that you don't have to pay for now because you've already done it. You've invested. It's wonderful. I can't tell you how good of an idea that is. Now, we've got the basics down. Oh, I think I mentioned this. The scare. I believe I mentioned this. You do this, you dash through survivors. If you catch them, you gain 100 energy for each survivor that's caught into that. And you spook them and all this stuff. Okay. So that's all well and good. Now, I think that's all for the basics. Yeah, okay. I think that's all for the basics. So to recap, look at your UI. Look at how much energy you have. Look at what's on cooldown. Manage these things effectively. Don't possess an elite unit when you have barely enough energy to do it because you will just kill your elite unit and you will gain nothing from it. Oh, last thing. If you do possess a unit that's about to die, they will regain full health and all their limbs if they're missing any once you possess them, and you can get more value out of them that way. Um, yeah, just manage those things. Look at your UI. Know what you have to work with. Don't just blindly hit buttons, because it makes me sad. I haven't made a video in 200 years, and I'm doing it now because I'm watching people play this game and not look at the UI and wonder why they can't do X, Y, and Z. Just look at your UI, manage your energy, manage your cooldowns, don't use your boss until preferably don't use your boss until they're fully upgraded and they're really powerful, and use them when it matters most. Don't if they're running around in a muddy field and there's no other units that you have summoned, and they're like 100 feet away from the objective, don't use your boss then, because you will be ganged up on, killed, and then you'll have to wait 3 minutes to summon that boss again, and now they can do the objective without you ever summoning your boss unit, your most powerful unit. Use your boss when you have a bunch of other minions on the field and you're using your abilities, then hit them with the boss when they're already pressured, when they're already surrounded, when they're already bogged down. You will get much more value out of it. And also, please, just don't summon your boss when you barely have enough to summon him, because again, you'll summon him for all of 2 seconds, you'll run out of energy, and then he's dead. And now it's another 3 minutes until you can use him again. Please, please, please do what you have to get the most effect and value out of your energy, because otherwise you will kill your elite units for no reason, you'll kill your own boss for no reason, you will waste energy, and you will lose, and it's enough to make my skin crawl. So that's all I got for you. I'll post another video of me going through a game, and I'll show you all this going in practice, but I think that's enough for now. Thank you, and have a good one. Make sure you arrive at your next appointment on time, please. I don't like people who are late.